How often should you train calisthenics? Well, here's a bold truth. Most of you are probably training too much, and it's wrecking your progress. I know, sounds shocking, right? But if you're not seeing the results you want, it's not about working harder. It might actually be about training smarter. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt sore for days after a workout, but then still tried to push through? Or maybe you've done a set of push-ups, only to feel your shoulders start to hurt, but you kept going, thinking it's normal? Here's the thing, pushing through pain isn't strength, it's a shortcut to injury. And the biggest mistake? Thinking that more training equals more gains. Stick with me for a moment, because today, we're diving into the truth about how often you should actually train calisthenics, and how you can avoid the mistakes that could be holding you back. By the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint for maximizing your results, and trust me, it's not what you think. Ready to unlock the secret to smarter training? Let's jump into it. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistake most people make when training calisthenics: training too frequently. Sounds counterintuitive, right? You might be thinking, if I want results, I should be hitting it hard every day. But that's the myth that's holding you back. The truth is, the body needs time to recover. When you push yourself to the limit every day, you risk overtraining, which doesn't just slow down your progress, it can lead to injuries that could set you back weeks, even months. Here's a simple analogy. Think of your body like a phone battery. Every time you train, you're draining that battery. If you never let it charge, eventually it'll stop working altogether. Recovery is your charging time. It's just as important as the work you put in. But here's where most people get it wrong. They're training too hard without giving their muscles time to recover. They're pushing for higher reps, more sets, and more frequency, thinking that if they push harder, they'll get faster results. But it's like trying to fill a cup with water when it already has a hole in the bottom. It doesn't matter how much you put in. If you're not recovering properly, it won't stay in there. And it's not just about avoiding injury. It's about muscle growth too. When you train, you're not actually building muscle. What you're doing is creating tiny tears in the muscle fibers. Recovery is what allows those fibers to heal and grow stronger. If you don't let that happen, you're just spinning your wheels. Here's the secret that'll change your whole approach. Less is more. But before you start thinking I'm telling you to do less work, let me clarify. It's not about working less, it's about training smarter. How often should you train? For most people, training calisthenics 3 to 4 times a week is ideal. Now, this doesn't mean you're just lying on the couch the other days. On your off days, you should be focusing on mobility, stretching, or even light cardio, like walking or swimming. But when it comes to intense calisthenics training, 3 to 4 days is usually the sweet spot. Why? Because your muscles need time to recover, rebuild, and grow stronger after each workout. Training too often doesn't give them that opportunity. If you've ever been sore for more than a few days, that's a sign that your recovery time isn't enough. Your body is telling you it needs rest to repair. Let's break this down further. When you train, your muscles break down. This is where the concept of progressive overload comes into play. If you're doing push-ups, for example, every time you add more reps or do more sets, you're pushing your muscles to adapt. But the muscle doesn't grow during the workout, it grows during rest. You need to give it that space. Resting between workouts doesn't mean doing nothing. It means letting your muscles rebuild so they come back stronger the next time you hit it hard. If you keep training without that time to recover, you'll just end up overtraining. And eventually, your muscles won't respond to the stimulus you're giving them. Now, this doesn't mean you won't feel the burn. That muscle soreness after a good workout, it's part of the process. But if you're still sore days later, it's a sign you're not allowing enough recovery. So here's the goal. Train hard, but train smart. Push your limits, but let your body recover. It's all about balance. Okay, let's dive a little deeper into how you're training, because this is where a lot of people miss the mark. You might be training consistently, but if your form is off, you're setting yourself up for failure. Not only will you struggle to progress, but you're also opening yourself up to injuries. Take push-ups, for example. Seems simple enough, right? But how many of you are really getting the most out of every push-up you do? Most people are either letting their elbows flare out too wide or dipping their hips too low. This may seem like small details, but trust me, they make all the difference. Elbow positioning is key. You don't want them to shoot out like chicken wings. That creates unnecessary stress on your shoulders. Instead, tuck them closer to your body at about a 45-degree angle. This will activate your chest and triceps more effectively, instead of relying too much on your shoulders. And then there's core stability. This is where most people falter. Think of your core like the foundation of a skyscraper. If the foundation is weak or unstable, the whole building will collapse. The same goes for your push-up. You want your body to form a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag or your back arch. Engage your core, squeeze your glutes, and maintain a tight body through the entire movement. Let me ask you, have you ever tried a push-up with your core engaged versus one where your hips are just hanging loose? Try it next time. The difference is night and day, right? You'll feel it in your chest, shoulders, and abs. Not only are you training better, you're also avoiding the risk of injuring your lower back. Here's the next key point. Mobility and flexibility play a huge role in your performance. If you're stiff and inflexible, you'll be limited in how deeply you can perform exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups. Stretching before and after your workouts isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Now, let's talk about something that might not feel as exciting, but it's absolutely essential: patience. In calisthenics, you can't rush your progress. You're building strength, flexibility, and muscle, and that takes time. But here's the good news. If you stay consistent with the right training and recovery plan, you will get stronger. The trick is to embrace the process, not just the results. You don't need to push harder to get better. You just need to push smarter. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. It's not about burning out on day one. It's about making steady progress over time. So if you're training 3 to 4 days a week and allowing for recovery, your muscles will grow, your body will get stronger, and your performance will improve. Here's a challenge for you. Right now, wherever you are, drop down and do 10 perfect push-ups with proper form. Focus on engaging your core, keeping your elbows tight, and moving with control. Notice how different it feels when you're doing it with the right mechanics. That's the power of working smarter, not harder. So, let's recap. To train calisthenics effectively, you don't need to be hitting the gym every day. 3 to 4 days a week of intense, focused training is ideal for most people. Allow your muscles the recovery they need to grow and get stronger. And remember, form matters more than reps. Keep your body engaged, stay mindful of your posture, and don't forget to rest and recover. If you take away one thing from this video, it's this. Progress isn't about how hard you train, it's about how well you train. So take it easy, train smart, and trust the process. Now, go ahead and try those 10 perfect push-ups. Feel the difference? That's how you'll start seeing real results. Stay consistent, stay patient, and remember, this is a journey. You're building more than just muscle. You're building discipline and strength in every area of your life. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and make every rep count. You've got this. How often should you train calisthenics? Here's a bold truth: you're probably training too much, and it's holding you back. Think you need to hit it every day for results? Think again. If you're not seeing progress, it's not about working harder, it's about training smarter. Let's break this down. Most people make the mistake of thinking more equals better. They push through fatigue, ignore soreness, and think if they just do one more set, they'll finally see those gains. But here's the truth: overtraining leads to injuries and stalls progress. Your body needs recovery time to repair and grow stronger. If you don't rest, you're simply breaking it down without giving it the chance to build back up. Think of your body like a phone battery. Every workout drains that battery. If you never charge it, it'll stop working. So how often should you train? 3 to 4 times a week is the sweet spot for most people. On your off days, you can focus on light cardio, stretching, or mobility work. Anything to keep your body moving but allow for recovery. Let's dive into form. When it comes to calisthenics, your positioning is everything. You can train consistently, but if your form is off, you're wasting energy and setting yourself up for injury. Take push-ups, for example. Many people let their elbows flare out or let their hips sag. These small mistakes can lead to shoulder pain and lower back strain. The key? Keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle, engage your core, and don't let your body dip. And here's the kicker: don't rush. Progress in calisthenics isn't about how many reps you can do. It's about getting stronger over time, making small adjustments to improve form and control. Your muscles grow during recovery, not while you're working them. If you're constantly in go hard or go home mode, you're missing the point. So, here's your challenge. Try 10 perfect push-ups with the right form. Focus on technique. Notice how different it feels when your body is aligned and stable. That's the power of training smarter, not harder. Remember, it's not about doing more reps. It's about training right, with enough rest, perfect form, and smart progression. Stay patient and consistent, and the results will follow.